Well and warm, kicking it fly today because, well, it's Tuesday. It's Tuesday. Or is it Monday? I think it's Monday. But regardless of that, I wanted to talk about something that I think is overlooked way too often, and that's things to consider before you start growing weed. But before we get into that, I want to remind you guys that if you didn't know, if you go over to my Patreon, links right below, you can check out hidden content you will not see anywhere else on this platform or any platform. There's also some secret videos over there that you can check in on as well. And I'm going to be doing some giveaways. Yes, that's right. I said it. The G word. I'm going to be doing that over on my Patreon. If you guys want to join that, I'll see you over there. Also get access to the Discord, bunch of different things. We'll check out your gardens on weekends. You name it. Fun. Check out the links below. That's over on my Patreon. But if there's something that I could consider before I started growing weed, guess what it would be? It'd be that weed doesn't grow overnight. I kind of got into this thinking, you know what? Shoot, I'm out of weed. I need a little bit of supply. Let's plant some seeds. Let's get this going, and let's harvest as much as we can tomorrow. But the reality is that it takes months and months and months to grow some great product. No one ever told me this. I thought, you know what? Let me pop the seed. Let me do a little bit of watering. I'll figure it out. Shit, I even put that stuff on 12 and 12 within the first couple weeks of growth. I had no idea. I wish somebody would have told me that growing herb isn't something that grows quickly. I thought maybe, you know what, I'm running out. I'm going to be out in a couple weeks. If I just plant this, I think I'm going to have a supply relatively soon. It wasn't true. In the reality of things is you're looking at least 2 months of veg and at least 2 months of flower. That's 4 months. This isn't a get-rich-quick scheme by any stretch of the imagination. You're going to need time, you're going to need patience, and more importantly, you're also going to need some kind of assistance. Now, whether or not that's going to be with automation, whether that's going to be someone that's to help, a lot of the time we tell people, growing herb is easy. It's not actually that difficult. But growing great herb is not easy. Takes diligence, takes patience, it takes time, and if you want to have the best product possible, you're going to have to put in every single day a little bit of work here and a little bit of work there. This isn't a get-rich-quick scheme. This is get rich through hard work, dedication, and tons of time. I wish I would have known that when I first started growing because, well, let's face it, harvest, trim time isn't nearly as enjoyable as you're led to believe. And in fact, by about the second or third harvest, you might not even want to harvest ever again. It is crippling to the fingers. It's tough on the back. It's time consuming. And gosh, it's going to be one of those things where it's like everyone talks so highly of, but it's one of those that you don't want to get done. I remember when harvest time would come around here in the coop, it would take days for me to harvest some of these plants because not only was I just not in the mood to get it done, I just wasn't prepared to be able to handle as much work as it was going to be. The screens, the buckets, the dry space, the time it's going to take to trim all those. And that's if you trim one time. Some people trim 2 times. It's remarkable. So it's not a great it's not a squid rich game. No, this is a take your time and reap the benefits of your hard work game. I wish I would have known not to tell so many people. It's one of those things where it's like you get really excited that you've got a harvest on the way and you want to just share with as many people as possible that you're doing it. The reality is that the more people you tell, the more friends you've got coming over at harvest time, the more people you got that just know what's going on, and the security just drops with that many people that are in the loop. These are things that I really wish I'd considered. I probably wouldn't have told anyone. I might have just maybe a good friend or what have you, but then other than that, I just bring quality supply. People ask, well, where is this? It's just some good stuff. You know what I'm saying? But other than that, keep your mouth closed. It will consume your life. Gardening is not something that's just going to happen overnight. As I mentioned, it's not a get-rich-quick. This will control your life. This will essentially take some sleep away. It'll add a little bit of stress. It will provide you a place of peace and zen, but it will control your life. I thought maybe a small garden in the corner of my basement would be enough to keep things going, but it ends up turning into one corner of tents, one corner of nutrients, another corner of bong supplies, another corner of cleaning stuff. You know what I mean? Like it will control everything about your life. So try to ensure that you section off a little piece of your operation and dedicate that to growing herb. If you can, try to have everything in that one space with shelves and tents and supplies and water and what have you. Because if there's anything I can let you know is that you're going to be using a lot more space than you think. That's for sure. That's for sure. It's going to stink. Oh boy. Prepare for you to have a house full of dank. It is incredible how, even with the best air filters and inline fans and buffers and what have you, your house is going to stink. You open up that tent to do a little bit of work in the morning or at night, that smell is going to consume you. So if you're in a place or a position where that's not going to be advantageous, keep that in mind. Don't think that you're going to be able to just do this in the guise of having like maybe just a bad skunk infestation. No, your house is going to stink. Your neighbors are going to smell it. Your neighbors' neighbors are going to smell it. Your kids are probably going to have it on their backpacks and stuff because you have it on your fingers and hands. Take that into consideration. Make sure you wash everything. Make sure that, particularly where people are going to give opinion where it's unwanted, you're going to want to make sure that maybe your kids aren't showing up to school smelling like the dank, or that you're washing your hands before you go off to work, or so on and so forth. It's gonna stink. These are just a few things that I want to keep in mind before you start growing herb. There is a ton of others, but this is just the first 5. I want to hear from you. Is there something that you think you should have considered before you started growing herb? Let me know. Let me know, because this is a conversation I think that many people can benefit from. However, until next time, my friends, we'll see you soon, all right? Peace!